Hi there and welcome. It's so cold outside. We still have some snow on the mountain, but I hope this word will warm your heart. Last night as I was sleeping, I just woke up and I struggled to fall asleep again. So I decided to just talk to the Lord and have some fellowship with him. And as we were talking on various things, he just said to me, "Pass your test." And that was quite strange. So I just said, "Lord, but what does that mean?" And he said, "No, passed your test." And then as we were speaking on this, I was just meditating on these words: pass your test, passed your test. And as I was meditating, meaning thinking on this and just trying to figure out what this whole thing means, this story of Peter came to mind, where he got out of the boat when Jesus called to him. It was actually in a storm. It was during a storm, during some sort of troubled time. Jesus said to him, "Come to me." And he got out and he actually walked on the water as he was looking to Jesus Christ. And this was all during the storm, with his eyes fixed on Jesus. But once he got aware of the situation that he was in, of this storm that was around him, and he started looking away, he then started sinking. What's very interesting is the Bible said he started sinking. It wasn't an immediate thing. He started sinking. But luckily, as we know, Jesus came to him and took him by the hand and pulled him out of the water. And as this story was just going through my mind and seeing all these pictures of him walking and sinking and Jesus picking him up, this specific verse just came to mind. John 16 verse 33, I read in the Amplified. "I have told you these things so that in me you may have perfect peace and confidence. In the world you will have tribulation and trials and distress and frustration. But be of good cheer, take courage, be confident, certain, undaunted. For I have overcome the world. I have deprived it of its power to harm you and have conquered it for you." So this specific verse simply says that in the world we have trials and tribulations or tests. So that's why when I heard "pass your test," it was something strange. But then in this specific story of Peter, as he looked to Jesus Christ and not to the test, not to the circumstances or to the situation he was in, but he was looking to Christ. He actually walked on the bad situation. He was not daunted by his circumstances as he was looking to Christ. So in this specific way, I must mention, God is not the one that sends the tests. He's not the one that tests or tempts you. Just like Jesus, after he was baptized, he got out of the water and he went into the desert where he was tempted by the devil for 40 days. It was not God that was testing him, or in that case tempting him. Now Jesus here says, in the world you have trials, there are situations, there is frustration, there is circumstances that we do not like, that is troublesome to us. God is not the one that sends the storm. He's the one that calms the storm. And if we can look to him, and if we can keep our eyes focused on him, in fellowship with him, we walk over life's situations, over the troubles and the distresses and the frustrations that we have in life, as we look to him. Now in Colossians 3 verse 1, I read, "If then you have been raised with Christ to a new life, thus sharing his resurrection from the dead, aim at and seek the rich eternal treasures that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God." So it says, we look to, we consider, we see Christ, who was crucified, buried, and raised, and is now seated at the right hand of God. And we keep our eyes fixed on him. We keep looking to him. Why? Because the resurrected Christ, we see him as paying the price. He already wrote the test, and then he was raised on high to the right hand of God, meaning he passed the test. And then all of a sudden, John 16 verse 33 makes even more sense. So when it says, so be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. I am not the one sending the test. I am not the one tempting you. I am the answer. So in your situation, in your circumstances and frustration, in the test, you pass your test by looking past your test. You either have the one side with the circumstances and the situation or the troubles or the test, or we look to the answer. We look to Christ as the finished work, as the price that was paid, as the one who is the answer. So I just want to encourage you, no matter what you are going through, to pass your test is to look past your test. To come to know the goodness of God, that He is not the one that's tempting or testing you, but He is the answer to life. All we need to do is look to Him. We plant our gardens in Him and we receive Him as Lord and Savior from the situation, the peace, the helper, the comforter that comes to restore to life any troubled times or tests that we have. And in this same way, we then bear fruit of a son and not of a student. I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching.